Hi there, it's Darlene. I hope you're doing well. Tonight I'm going to be talking about the refund guarantees that were in the sales video for the Aurora video of Jono Armstrong. For those of you that have been following me for a while, at the beginning of this Aurora series, I said you have to be careful about the sales video because he will keep taking stuff out of it. Well, in this case, he's not only taking stuff out, he's also putting it back in. So, in one sales video, he promises one thing in the way of a refund, and in the other, he promises a $10,000 profit guarantee. Like, what the heck? But he does also reference a sales agreement. Well, I happen to have a copy of that sales agreement, so I'm going to be showing you that as well. Show you the promises, show you what's in the agreement, to show you how he manipulates you into thinking one thing when it's really the other, and how he has absolutely no intention of ever giving a refund. And I'll show you how people are manipulated into signing this sales contract, and how he, as I say, how he never ever intended to. I've got final proof on that. In case you're new to my channel, I've been an affiliate marketer for 4 or 5 years. I have been a long-time follower of Jono Armstrong and bought many of his courses, both low-ticket and very high-ticket, including ministryoffreedom and Prometheus and a bunch of others. So I've picked up on his ways and his wiles and how he does things, and yeah, I've been screwed over, so I would like to show people how he does it, basically, so that maybe others can have their eyes opened and be wary of this man and people like him that he has taught, like Jonaslindgren, Dan Can, and Philip Johansson, how they all manipulate people into just handing them money and more money and money. And since I'm doing this, I can't do any affiliate marketing on these videos, or else these guys are just going to come back on me and say, oh, Darlene's just doing that to attract people to her brand, which is XYZ. So I can't do that, and I won't do that. Which is kind of liberating, too, because now I can just say what the heck I want to, and I do. So there won't be any affiliate links anywhere. So if you want to support me at all in what I'm trying to do, and I want to say a big thank you for those that have, even just a cup of coffee would be a great thing. The donation link is at the top of the comments and in the description. Every little bit sure does go a long way to help support the channel. So, the slide that you are looking at right now, in the background is the video sales letter, the sales video of January 2024, and the inset in the upper right is the old one, the December 2023 one. Check out how the intros are exactly the same before they go into their separate little offers.
Taking all the risk on yourself, whereas my Aurora system is completely passive and risk-free. Oh, and did I mention our $10,000 profit guarantee that makes your investment better than risk-free?
So pulling this shit is how Jono Armstrong just changes the narrative whenever he wants to. He'll just send out a different link to a different web page, and it'll look the same, but if you look, it'll be a different page, and then you're looking at a different video. So unless you save all of his prior ones and start comparing them, but who does that? You just go to the beginning bit, it looks the same, it sounds the same, it must be the same. But this way he can change his lies, and you start doubting your own memory. At least that's what happened to me anyways. So let's have a look at December's promise of a refund, because that is what is actually reflected in the sales agreement.
Whereas my Aurora system is completely passive and risk-free. Oh, and did I not mention our 100% risk-free money-back guarantee? It's pretty simple. If you're not making at least $4,000 a month within the next 180 days, then we will refund your money in full. Now, the conditions of this guarantee is that you keep a daily accountability journal, and this is explained inside of the members area. So as promised, I'm going to show you how you can get in for $0 today.
So what's the actual promise here anyways? You're going to get a full refund if you don't make $4,000 a month in the next 180 days.
If you're not making at least $4,000 a month within the next 180 days.
So does that mean you have to be making $4,000 a month for each of those next 180 days? What, that's between 5 and 6 months? You're going to make that each and every month? Or if you just hit that in any 1 month in that 5 to 6 month time? Or like, what the hell does that mean anyways? Like, it's very unclear. But you know what? It doesn't matter anyways. This is all a smoke show. Because it doesn't matter, because it's all negated by the condition he puts on it. And all as he calls it,
a daily accountability journal.
Well, that sounds really easy, doesn't it? Heck yeah, I can do that. Yeah. But then he doesn't say for how long you actually have to do it for or anything about it or what it entails. But he makes it sound so easy, and then it flashes on over to how you can get in for $0 today. And this is right before the buy now button pops up too. So this is just to give you that false sense of security before you pull the trigger on a $2,000 product that's going to just keep costing you and failing and failing. Now let's see. He's now changed this wording. You can still see that the intro part of it is identical, and then he changes the wording and it's no longer a refund, it's something else. Check it out.
Whereas my Aurora system is completely passive and risk-free. Oh, and did I mention our $10,000 profit guarantee that makes your investment better than risk-free? Simply put, you either make a minimum of $10,000 from Aurora within the next 180 days, or I pay you $10,000 out of my own pocket. With this guarantee, you come out ahead no matter what, right? You make $10,000 profit from Aurora, or I send you $10,000. So either way, you win or you win. Now, to qualify for the profit guarantee, all that we ask is that you follow the Aurora system as outlined inside of the members area later on. Now, complete details, including my obligation to uphold this guarantee, are included inside of our service agreement that you will be asked to sign before being accepted into the program. Now, as you can see, I'm so confident in Aurora that I'm guaranteeing your results with my own money, making your decision to join 100% risk-free. In fact, the only way that you can miss out is by not claiming your spot today. So
again, the 180 days is brought in. And you know what? That's the only thing that actually matters. All of the rest is just distracting you. If he can get you to agree to that 180 days and sign that agreement, he thinks he's gotcha. And most people will believe that too once they see what's happened here. And it's meant to discourage you and to make you not bother going after a refund. But more importantly, if after 180 days have passed, and think about it, 180 days, that's practically half a year. It's almost 6 months. But if he said 6 months, you'd be going, whoa, I have to wait that long to claim for a refund? Because that's what he's saying. If you don't get $4,000 a month in 180 days, that means you have to wait that 180 days to see if you're going to get the $4,000 a month. Or if you don't make $10,000 in 180 days, then, again, you have to wait the 180 days. Because then he'll come up with some reason that you will not get that $10,000 back, because never in his history has anybody ever got that back. Then at that time, you can't even go to your financial institution and get a chargeback because it's been 6 months. And they'll say, why didn't you call us within the first 3 months if you're getting scammed? And you're going to say, well, I was hoping it would work out. Well, they're going to just say, look, 3 months, that's our cutoff. That's it. That's all. I mean, I can't speak for your own personal bank, but that is how it goes across the board with, most people's banks, credit cards, and most definitely PayPal. But see, he had that $10,000 profit guarantee 3 years ago in Ministry of Freedom. And then he, about 6 months after that, in another product, high-ticket product called Prometheus. And then his student, friggin' Philip Johansson, had it in his sales letter for Seven Figure Accelerator. And they've all got twisty wording around that so that they will never, ever, ever have to pay it out. Yet here they do. They hit you with this in their sales letter right before the buy now button shows up. To give you that false sense of security that nothing could ever possibly go wrong. So let's buy it now. Well, let's see what's actually in that sales agreement first, shall we? So here is the applicable part of the service agreement. And so section 5.2 says, refund, the client acknowledges that all sales are final and that there is a non-refundable purchase with the exception of paragraph 5.3. So there's only one exception, and that's paragraph 5.3. The client acknowledges that to be eligible for the refund guarantee, to be eligible for it, the client must complete a daily accountability journal. Journal insets must be made on a daily basis in real time for the duration of 180 days. Here's the thing. I'm about to show you in the training module that deals with this. Well, it's not really a training module. It's as soon as you go into the course, actually, you get this video that deals with this. And it shows, and you have to go through that video and then sign the agreement before you can access the course at all. It is mandatory. You can't get around this. And then in that video, it says that you're going to just open a fresh Google document. And then every day in real time, you must make an entry like December 1st did this. I'll show it to you. I'll show you the video. And it has to be done in real time because you have to make those entries or else he's going to know it, basically. That's what he doesn't actually say he's going to know it, but that is what's implied. And here's the thing. Like, I do know Google Docs very well, and I then did a search for it and then went into ChatGPT asking. And no, Google Docs doesn't inherently track the date and time of each specific addition or change made in the document. While it does show a revision history that includes the time of the last modification, it won't provide a detailed log of the date and time for each entry made over an extended period. And I asked it, like, specifically in this type of case, if I made an entry every day for 180 days, can a Google Doc track the date and time of each entry? No, it can't. Yet he shows people that that's what they're supposed to do, and that's why, it's because it's going to track it. Now, I remember with Ministry of Freedom, he had the same bullshit in there. And because I didn't bother doing that for days on end, and I just assumed that, okay, well, obviously he knows what he's talking about, and I never checked it out, and I knew that I hadn't kept up with that damn journal. So I thought, okay, well, there you go. I can't get the stupid, refund. Just not ever realizing that it was all just smoke and mirrors to keep a person quiet and shut up for 6 months, hoping that they'll forget about it and go away, which is basically what I ended up doing. Not forgetting about it, though, but going away for sure at that time. So even if you were to submit your Google document and say you had fudged it or whatever, all he's got to say is come back, he'll get a copy of it, and then he can just lie about some dates they're missing. And how are you going to prove that they're not? Like, because Google Docs doesn't do that. Like, what the hell? So that's why this is put in here, is just to make sure that you can't ever get that refund. And the brilliant part of it is that you're going to wait 180 days, and then you're going to find out you can't even get a charge back, and you will be completely screwed and out of your money. And then to even add more complexity to it, although Section 5.2 on the refund is only, it says with the exception of 5.3, I don't think it can keep on running on for paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs like this. But just to further discourage you, he puts in this section 5.4. The client acknowledges that the client must have followed all the modules and training inside the members area and put the training into action. This includes creating a prop firm account, passing the challenge, installing and running the Aurora bot on the live and active prop firm account for a minimum of 213 days. The client is required to provide proof of action taken on the above steps. So with this plan, you're supposed to be buying a prop firm account every week, costing $100 per prop firm account. So that, and since you're buying a new one every week, that's $100 a week. So 213 days, that's 31 weeks at $100 a week. There's another $3,100 ka-ching. And of course you're not going to get that refunded. That's for damn sure. I mean, this is just all this to just keep putting the person off. And then 5.5 about subscription to the service, because they call this a service agreement, because they're saying that the having access to the website and the materials there is a service. And so the client acknowledges that if they elect to subscribe to the services, and that will be the use of the website, they shall not be entitled to a refund as provided for in 5.2 above. So that's if you've used their portal, their training materials at all, there you go. You don't get a refund either. So it's all this hidden warning. Oh, and you only find out about that if you go and try to figure out what the heck do they mean by subscribe to the services. Well, let me show you that. Back here in section 1, the client hereby retains the service provider, and the service provider shall provide the client with a platform to purchase a subscription from the service provider's website, and this gives client access to service provider's membership portal. Great. I guess I can subscribe to your service, and it's not like a monthly subscription. It's more like signing up to in that sense of the word. But what kind of archaic English is this? Basically, so if you access his website where all the training materials are, you're SOL. I mean, all of this stupid language just to make sure you can't get a refund, and so that you won't ask for a chargeback. He had twisty wording like this with the Infinity system as well to try to discourage people. And it worked in many cases. So here's within the Aurora system, the very first video, the welcome video, and then towards the end of it, it tells you all about how to sign the agreement and how to upload it and everything. Now, this is one of his rather longer videos, and I know 13 minutes isn't that long, but this takes up about the last 3 minutes of a very, very boring video, and a person just wants to get going, right? But they can't get anything past this until they upload their agreement. And then this is where they will be trapped into the whole 180-day thing. So listen to how he puts it in the video about what to do, and how Google Docs works, and all the BS lies, and the way he drags it out to not explain anything about what you're signing.
Awesome. Now, moving on. Underneath this video, okay, you're going to see a link that says sign the sales agreement here. And this is something that is required because you will need to submit it in the next module, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. But if you don't submit it, then you won't be able to continue watching the training inside of Aurora. This is the way that we've set it up. So it's compulsory that you go and sign the sales agreement. So underneath this video, simply click on sign the sales agreement here. It will open up this new tab. We're going to add in your email address. So I'm going to email address. All right, I need to go and verify my email address. Okay, and then you can exit this page over here. And then you will be able to click on next, and you will be able to access the next module, which will be the overview module. Now, if you don't submit your signed agreement, you won't be able to access the next module, okay? So if I try to access the next module, it's going to come up with this. It'll say, this post is locked. To gain access to this post, please complete the signed agreement upload. Okay, so you will have to make sure that you go and upload your signed sales agreement if you want to continue to the overview module and the actual training inside of Aurora. You need to make sure that you do that. Okay, with that out of the way, the other thing that you need to do if you want to be required or eligible for the money back guarantee, then you will need to keep a daily accountability journal. Now to do this, it's pretty simple. You just come over to Google and just type in Docs. Okay, and you're going to go and find Google Docs here, right? So we're basically going to go and create a new Google Doc by clicking on blank document. Okay, we're going to call it Aurora Accountability Journal. And then what we're going to do is write the today's date. Okay, let's say it's December 1st. Okay, and then we're going to write down exactly what we did today, which was watch the overview video and sign the document. Okay, if you did anything else apart from this, then you need to write it down here. And then we come in tomorrow, which is December the 2nd. And again, we write down what we do here. So it could be, got my first prop firm account set up, okay, and installed my VPS. All right, December 3rd. Okay, you've got to actually write this at the time of when you are doing it, okay, because it will all be time stamped. Okay, whenever you write a new entry into this doc, it will be timestamped.
So now he's going to have them obsessing over something that's a complete fallacy. Nobody's watching them. It's not being recorded in real time. It's just a Google Docs. It's not that complicated. And he knows this. And he knows it's all bullshit while he's teaching this. And it's just to keep you busy doing something rather than thinking of, oh my God, 180 days is slipping by and my bot still isn't working.
So every day you need to come in here and write down exactly what you did in your journal towards Aurora. Okay, very important. So make sure that you do that daily if you want to qualify for the refund guarantee later on. All right, so that pretty much wraps up this video. You know what to do next, which is go and submit the sales agreement, go and sign it, and then go down to the sales agreement upload. Okay, go and upload your sales agreement, and then you'll be able to go through to the overview, and you'll be able to start consuming all of the content in the overview module. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
So at this point, you've just bought the course, you want to see the course, you want to get in there, and you've got all this stuff about signing the contract and getting it uploaded. Seriously, what would most of us do? Would you even bother reading the contract? If you did, would it just be a really cursory read, or would you read it really good and would you see what I just pointed out to you there? Most of us wouldn't. Myself included, really, when I look back and see how I've done it before, because you want it so bad. You've just been sold this pack of lies that you want to believe with in all your heart, and you've just dropped $2,000, $2,500 on it. You don't want to think that you just made a huge mistake, and you just want to press on and see what you got. And so you sign the agreement, and that's what the vast majority of us would do and do. And that's why this man keeps on being in business, because he can look you straight in the eye and lie to you about there being any kind of a guarantee when he has been pulling the same stunt year after year after year. And it's all going to come down to what you checked off at the order page. Here it is with Cope Card, and see in the pink box there you've got a checkbox. And it says right there, please note that the refund policy for this sale is no refund. But most of us blow right past that. We check the checkbox, and if you don't check the checkbox, then the order now button doesn't light up so you can press it. Like right now, you can't press that order now button because the checkbox isn't checked. And it's the same over at Warrior Plus. For some reason, he's got these both on both platforms, Copecart and Warrior Plus, but it's the same over at Warrior Plus. I mean, you've got to check that checkbox underneath where you can see it kind of behind and underneath to the left. I have read the terms and conditions, and these are the terms and conditions. Does not offer a money-back guarantee. So, when you see that, know that whatever fairy tale you've been told is a lie, and that this is non-refundable. And when you're looking at laying down $2,000 to $2,500, you want something better than that to cover your ass. And don't forget that with me showing you this, I am not saying that this is going to prevent you from getting a chargeback. I'm just telling you that this is how he's going to try to prevent you from getting a chargeback. This is actually proof of how dishonest he is and how he tricks people into buying his products. And when you're going for a chargeback, this is what's known of as no clear cancellation policy, because of the lies and the miswordings and all of that. You just need to be aware of it, and you need to get your wording right. This man is like a cancer that just won't go away. And he's kind of cozied up down there in Indonesia. The FTC can't do anything about him. And every year he gets a new crop of people that have never heard of him. And that's who he keeps feeding off of. So folks, remember this face. Remember this man. Do not buy stuff from him. Oh, dear goodness. As always, my Telegram contact information is in the description should you want to get a hold of me. And you have a good evening, a good night, or a good day if you're in that part of the world. Take care. Darlene out.